Together we drum, our hearts beat as one. Written by Willie Paul, illustrated by Chief Ladybird. From Eddie's Aislinn, you are so loved, Willie Paul. For all the rest, kids, stay adventurous and curious, Chief Ladybird. A little girl, carefree and wild, a wandering soul at the heart of the child. She went out one day with goal in mind. Adventure, she shouted, that's what I'll find. Then she set off down the forest trail, determined and smiling. She just couldn't fail. She ran into a bear. Hi, Maquaw, she said. He stood upon his back legs and tilted his head. She smiled and waved. He was an old friend. Then she followed the path around the river's bend. She peered over the bank's edge and into the water so clear. When she saw her reflection, others began to appear. In red dresses they stood behind her and smiled. They said, we remember when we were carefree and wild. The women gave her feelings of strength, warmth, and love, but they also brought with them a warning from above. Your path is not easy. There may be more darkness than day, but with your ancestors' strength, you will find your own way. As she continued to walk, she met a monster named Hate. He spewed clouds of darkness. She began to suffocate. Though gasping for air, she never did stop until she came to a mountain and climbed to the very top. She could see the clouds of hate below. The monsters within them was right at their toes. Climbing and climbing, the monster was so fast that little girl feared her strength would not last. Her thoughts were interrupted by a loud, booming cry. Thunderbird had arrived and was soaring through the sky. It wasn't just any old bird, he was gigantic, and that meant old Hate, he started to panic. From the tall mountain peaks, women started to come out, and the little girl knew she would win this battle without doubt. They began to sing and drum with so much power, the plants around them suddenly started to flower. The sun shone brighter, and the animals peered near. The little girl felt like she'd never again know fear. Through the beating drum, the little girl could feel their strength. That was when she learned how these women persevered through such great lengths. For they too had met hate, and they too had felt fear, but now as they stood in the storm, one thing was very clear. Her story Nokomis told, the girl could almost hear it, of how her people were connected, even in spirit. At the end of their song, the woman smiled and waved. A new path for the little girl appeared that they paved. She followed the path, her confidence blooming. She now had the strength of thousands, even with darkness looming. Together we are connected, powerful and strong, and a part of that strength comes from our song. It comes from our people, and it lives within us all. The strength doesn't come from whether you're big or you're small. It's a superpower of sorts, a courage deep inside. One day heroes will wake with the power of the ocean's tide. The world will grow better, kinder, and stronger because of the knowledge, the love, and the strength we can offer. In that moment, the hate went away. The rain suddenly stopped. It became a beautiful day. It happened so quickly, the darkness changed to light. The Thunderbird nodded and boldly took flight. The girl's path has obstacles many can imagine, but in her life something beautiful will happen. Many will help her and stand by her side, singing and drumming and glowing with pride. Together we drum, our hearts beat as one. And though for many years her voice has gone unheard, now she sings so mighty the world has ever heard.